Hi there, I'm going to walk you through the steps of creating your first project and running your first simulation using the Orbital Stack Simulator. Click Add Project. Give your project a name and fill in the rest of the details. If your project doesn't have a street address, you can fill in the city and the state or province. The next step will allow you to find your project using the latitude and longitude. If you would like us to auto-generate your surrounds model, simply click the box here. Now click Next to move on to step 2. You are now prompted to drop your pin to select your project location. This location is predetermined from the address completed in the previous step. You can also manually adjust your coordinates here. Be sure to specify in decimal degrees, not minutes and seconds. Add these to 3 decimal points for accuracy and be sure to include the negative symbol where appropriate. It's important to note that the location of your project cannot be altered after the creation of the tile. This is because the location is used to generate meteorological data. Moving on to step 3. Here you will select your weather data source. You have 2 options. Measure data from a nearby weather station, which will generate a list of weather stations to choose from. These are ranked with airports first, as they provide by far the highest quality data, and then it's listed based on the distance from your project. The second option is measured data at your project site. This option should only be used when there is not a good source of measured data near the location of your project. We can now proceed to step 4, which is where you will review all the data you've entered. If you need to adjust anything, click back to the appropriate tile and update. Once all is in good order, click Create. Your project will now appear in your project tile dashboard. Now let's create your first scenario by clicking Add Scenario on your project tile. Give your scenario a name and choose the simulation type. AI simulations are cheaper and much quicker to run. Results are usually available within minutes. CFD simulations offer more flexibility and features including wind streamlines, thermal comfort, shadowing analysis, and can take 2 to 3 days to prepare results. This video will cover how to run an AI simulation. For an AI simulation, the 2 metrics that are selected automatically are directional wind and RWDI abridged criteria. Feel free to check out our help site to learn more about that here. Next, you'll move on to the summary and payment option. Please review your scenario details and select your payment method. You can choose from your subscription if it's already been set up, or you can use your free trial credits. You'll now be brought into the Orbital Stack viewer. You can upload your geometry by either dragging and dropping the STL file into the bucket or clicking the bucket and finding them on your computer. The screen on the right is where your geometry will appear as you upload it. The next step is adding your geometry in STL format. We have identified some important notes regarding your geometry at the top left of your screen. Items such as ensuring that there are no large holes or missing faces, eliminate small details, and files must be smaller than 20 megabytes. For step-by-step instructions on how to prepare your geometry, click the link here, which will take you to our help site. The study building is the main object of your analysis. However, if you are running an existing scenario, then please upload one of your surrounds as the study. The surrounds or context model should be no larger than 300 meters from the study building. The ground surface should include simplified topography or important site grading. Otherwise, a flat plane is preferred. Please ensure your ground surface extends past the extents of your surrounds. And finally, presentation planes. These are areas where you would like to see results visualized. For example, street level, rooftop, or balconies. For accurate results, presentation planes need to be raised by 1.5 meters above the locations for which results are desired. Not raising them will cause results to become distorted or not show up at all. All presentation planes can be exported as a single file or combined. Once all geometry files have been uploaded, click Next. Now you'll be asked to review the integrity of your geometry. Items like ensuring the presentation surfaces are raised, the project origin, ensuring the model is oriented correctly with the y-axis of the model pointing north, ensuring your model scale is 1:1 in meters, and that the ground surface extends beyond your surrounds. You can also run our automated geometry validation here. Please note, if you have presentation planes on above grade spaces, you may receive an error stating that the plane may be too high. In this case, you can ignore this warning. From here, you can choose to go back and correct any potential issues by clicking Fix Geometry Files, or you can click Next to move on to the next step. Now we'll choose our simulation parameters. Under the RWDI Abridged tab, you are prompted to set the timeframes for each season. You can choose the default option or customize them to your liking. I'm going to go with the default options. Now, under the Wind Directions tab, we will choose the wind directions we want factored into our simulation, as well as the terrain found in the immediate area of the direction. It is recommended that a minimum of 6 wind directions are chosen, however 8 are preferred. Any less than that can diminish the reliability of the results. You can choose the default options, which are evenly spread around the compass, or you can manually update the wind directions of your choice. For the terrain types, choose the option that best represents the terrain type found in the area upwind of that direction, meaning the wind comes from the north and the terrain is what the wind blows over as it approaches your project. For additional guidance, click on the Learn More button here. And once you're finished making your updates, go ahead and click Submit. This screen again will confirm the number of credits required for this simulation. As well, please ensure you review the End User License Agreement. If you've already done this, simply check off that you've read it. Now you can click Submit Scenario. You're going to be taken to the viewer again while the simulation runs. Given this is an AI simulation, results will be available within minutes. You can watch to see what step the run is at the top right of the screen here. Once your simulation is complete, click Reload to view your results. Thank you for listening. The next video in this series will walk you through how to understand and interpret your results.